Welcome to the Uncomplicated Perimenopause podcast. I'm Kate Grosvenor, your friendly perimenopause expert and life coach.
And I'm Gabriella, Kate's daughter, representing all the women who are nowhere near perimenopause but want to understand it better.
Whether you're just starting your perimenopause journey, deep into it, or you're a loved one trying to support someone who is, we've got you covered.
We'll be answering all of your burning questions, exploring the ups and downs, and sharing expert advice and personal insights.
So grab a cup of tea, get comfy, and let's dive into the wonderful, sometimes wild, world of perimenopause together.
And remember, no matter where you are on your journey, you are not alone.
Welcome to the Uncomplicated Perimenopause. Hello, my darlings, and welcome to episode 7, series 2 of the Uncomplicated Perimenopause podcast. I'm Kate Grosvenor, a perimenopause expert and life coach.
And I'm Gabriella Grosvenor, Kate's daughter, here to learn with you all.
Hopefully, if we can get away from this chill. It's been snowing in England this week, and well, obviously, and Scotland, and probably Northern Ireland and Wales as well. But
it's not down south.
Snot, is it? I'm being childish.
Yeah, a little bit.
You said snot, and I was like, ha ha ha.
This is. Do you know what? If someone watches the last, I don't know, not the last episode, the one before, this was exactly what I feared. With you being around, Rowan, and my cousin Omar, you just have to point everything out.
I know, it's been
just
fun.
Go away.
Stop it. Okay, I shall not have a touch of the tisms today. I shall be very normal. Good luck. But yeah, it's been absolutely freezing.
Yeah. Well, it's not snowing down south.
They had none at all.
No, my friend said to me they haven't had any. 2 hours and it melted. And Rowan didn't experience any in Warwick, so it's just us.
Look, we've had loads. Do you?
Now that I actually have nowhere to,
we have to cross.
It's better than getting the bus.
It is true
to work because that's never.
And it's actually better from working in the same building because when I used to work from home for real, like working in the same building, it was horrible.
I couldn't do that.
It was awful. Yeah. It's actually better that we technically work from home in that the stable yard is part of the house. The
only thing we're missing in the stable yard is a bathroom.
And yes, and some kind of sink. It would be nice if we could just have a coffee machine and with a sink, and then our own toilet.
We'd never need to go inside.
Yes, and we could ignore them all day. We love you, really, but yeah, then we could just stay here.
Yeah,
and never have to go, but we do.
That's our plan. 2026 plan, maybe.
What, to install toilets in the stable yard?
Yep.
No.
Yes.
That would be a fortune.
That's why I said 2026. We'll save up for it.
Nah. We're just walking. It's not going to happen. Anywho, I digress, as always. What is the story in Balamory?
I knew you were going to say in Balamory.
I can't help it.
So,
do you remember that? What's the story in Balamory?
They're bringing it back.
Are they now?
They are.
What, with
a lot of the original casts.
Archie. What was Archie? Wasn't he?
He had a pink castle.
House? Yes. And Miss
a castle.
Is McCready?
No, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know.
And Penny. You used to love it.
I did. No, one of them died.
Oh no.
Yeah, one of the ones that had a shop, they died.
Oh, sad face.
Sorry, they died.
Died?
Yes, I don't know who's coming back.
No.
I don't know.
Okay, anyway, what is the question, my love?
It's a long one.
Okay, I'm here for it.
So just bear with. But it's a good one.
Okay, you say that every week.
I've not said that. I've tried to restrain myself from saying it in the last couple of weeks.
Okay, go for it.
So, she's not stated her age. Her name is Helena.
Hey, Helena.
And she comes from Norway.
Oh, nice.
So she says, my youngest child has just moved out and I'm finding it really hard to adjust to the quiet house.
It's going to be me next year.
And the change... I'm still here. And the change in my routine. I've spent so many years focused on being mum that I feel like I've lost a sense of who I am outside of that role. On top of that, I'm also going through perimenopause, which is adding to my feelings of being overwhelmed and emotional.
Okay.
How can I recover myself, find purpose, and manage these changes at the same time? It all feels too much right now, and I have no idea where to start.
Okay.
Empty nest syndrome.
Empty nest syndrome. Yes. First of all, bless your heart.
Helena.
I feel you because I'm already not going through it yet, but I'm feeling the feels of what I'm going to feel. All right, I'm feeling
the feels of what you're going to feel.
Because my youngest is going away in September, so I'm like, every time she mentions uni, I'm like, la, I can't hear you. I mean, I get it. It's very normal to feel overwhelmed in this phase of life. You're navigating a really huge life transition, your youngest leaving home, and at the same time the hormonal shifts of perimenopause. That's a lot for anyone to handle, isn't it, really, sweetheart? So I think we need to talk about how to reconnect with yourself. We need to talk about how to find a new purpose and how to manage emotional change simultaneously. So by the end of this episode, what I hope for you is that you'll feel inspired a little bit, well, not a little bit, I hope you feel supported and ready to take some steps. So, emptiness. Very natural feeling, but really, really challenging. And I feel like society doesn't really address this one as much as it, I don't want to say should, because should is a word I'm banning in 2025.
Okay.
I'm banning it for myself and for my clients, because I feel it's a very judgy word. I think should in general is judgy because it's like, well, why? It carries with it an expectation of,
a bit of pointing the finger.
Yeah, it is really like, well, you should do that. What?
Yeah.
Okay. So it is very challenging, and when your children leave home, it's not just logistics that change. Yes, you don't do school runs. Yes, you cook less for dinner.
You don't have to wake up as early.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. But it's also emotional changes, because as a mum, you dedicate so much time to nurturing, to guiding and supporting. And as women, we get a lot of our oxytocin.
Your what?
Oxytocin. Your cuddle hormone.
From your kids.
Yeah. So when that leaves, especially when you're in perimenopause, you might not be cuddly, touchy-feely with your partner. She doesn't say if her partner's at home, so I don't know if he, she, they are
not being cancelled.
Not being cancelled, being very inclusive. But there can be very much hormonal changes, kind of, because the neurotransmitter that you gain from that reciprocal cuddly relationship, it suddenly isn't there. So that can suddenly start to feel very unsettling, because the emotional change is very big, and you also worry about them. Rowan, middle daughter, is very good at checking in. I know how many words Rowan's written on her essay today. I dropped her off at school 48 hours ago. I already know what she ate this morning, which lecture she's been to, how much heart practice she did yesterday, what the word count is.
Yep.
When you left, I didn't know much about what you got up to.
Yeah.
I dare say I might not know. I hope I know more about what Jenna gets up to than I did you.
I think you might know more about me.
The jury's still out, but no, I shall keep tabs on youngest one, who will be editing this podcast, and so be aware. Just, yes, you.
Shouldn't use should, but you should text your mother.
Yes. Please.
Yes.
But yeah, I think, first of all, breathe into the emotion of it. So know that it's okay. All emotions are okay. And we tend to think, oh, I'll just put I know you're not from the UK, but in the UK we tend to go stiff upper lip. Come on, march on. But I want you to understand that those feelings of uncertainty are real, and it's okay to grieve them. It's okay to grieve the change. Not supposed to. We don't. Sorry, I said supposed again. We don't.
One should not.
One should not. One is not necessary to think that maybe not. No, But you don't have to always push emotions down, suppress emotions. If you breathe into emotions and you let them be what they are, you can explore them, and then you can figure out what they need. If you constantly push them away, all that happens is it's like the Jack in the Box, dun 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 dun, dun, and eventually they will just explode, and that's when you crash, or you just have some kind of like burnout, or you explode at the wrong person usually. So just understand, you're not just mourning the absence of the child in your house, you're also adjusting to a new chapter of your identity, and that takes time. It takes patience. It also takes love for yourself, because presumably said child will be 18 years plus. Could be 20, could be, she doesn't say how old
just youngest child.
So youngest child could be 18, could be 20, maybe 25, but for the best part of, let's say 20 years, just for the sake of it, you've had this role, and maybe if it's the youngest child, like when Jenna leaves, I'll have been parenting for 25 years. It's a quarter of a century of school runs, quarter of a century of waking up early, quarter of a century of bath times, bedtimes, the whole shebang.
Making me deep. That'll be a quarter of a century now.
Mate, I'm half a century. Chill your pants. But it's a lot of your identity. I don't remember what it's like not to be a mother.
Yeah.
Because it's always there. It's not something that you put down.
No matter how old they get.
It's ingrained into you. And so you're never going to undo that, unpick that, unbe that. But your new identity is kind of going to run parallel to it now, I guess, is the best way of describing it. So here's the beautiful thing. This next chapter can be self-discovery. It's an opportunity to turn the focus back on yourself and understand that you now have the time and space, because one thing children don't give you a lot of is space. No names mentioned.
Not me.
But to explore who you are outside of being a mum. And that person, let's presume you're 50, just for the sake of it, because I don't have your age, but let's presume you're 50 years old. You have some great years ahead of you. So what do you want to do? Who do you want to be? And that's, I think, very exciting.
And you have you're going to play the mum role differently as well.
You're not redundant, you're just part-time.
Yeah.
So the rest of the hours and energy and emotions and finances and all the other resources can now be used for ...
Yeah.
And rather than feel like the resources are lying there idle and they're not wanted and they've been thrown away and they're now, oh gosh, what a waste of all these beautiful things.
Yeah.
All these beautiful things can now be yours.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do with this beautiful life? Because this beautiful life has got so many opportunities. Yeah. You've done this amazing job. You've raised this fabulous children. Now what?
Yeah.
If you ask them, they go, oh, Mum, I'd love you to do this. In fact, why not ask them?
Actually, yeah.
Why not send them a message and go, hey, if you could choose anything for me in life, because you've raised these kids.
Yeah. And they're old enough to...
They're old enough to give you a sensible answer.
Yeah.
So if you turn around to them and said, okay, so obviously I've spent the last 25 years looking after you guys. If you could see me do anything with the next 25 years of my life, what would you like me to do?
We definitely all know how to answer it. All your kids.
What would you say?
Me?
Yeah. If I asked you, Jenna's leaving in September, what do you want me to do with the next 25 years of my life? Bearing in mind I've been looking after you guys for 25 years now.
Definitely travel more.
Awesome.
I think it's your time to... You did a bit more travelling when you were younger.
I did a lot of travelling when I was younger.
I think it's time to do that.
Okay.
Now differently.
You going to look after the cats?
Yeah.
What about the horses? I'll have to figure that out. Anyway, Ballsies.
I think write more.
Okay.
I think your soul needs to write more, and I think you're particularly good at it.
Thank you very
much.
I'd
say write some more. Maybe even pick up another language for shits and giggles.
3 is not enough.
I think you're amazing at learning languages. I think it's something that you enjoy, and I think it'd be pretty effing cool.
Maybe in a European one.
Yeah.
Maybe not go weird and wacky this time.
No, maybe, French or Italian.
More mainstream.
Yeah, visit those countries a bit more. Maybe learn Italian and spend 2 weeks, 3 weeks out of the summer in Italy.
Oh,
why not? Yeah,
okay,
that kind of thing.
Nice.
And, you've got other things to look forward to as well. As your kids get older, we will slowly, one by one, maybe get married.
Okay. Have
children, that kind of thing. So it's a different, exciting... I think watching your kids get married and stuff, that's, the good parts. You've done it now. She's literally starting her own life and family. So you've got that to look forward to as well. And so do you, Helena.
Yes, exactly. I like that. There you go. You see, so check it out. That's lovely. I love that. Thank you. So check it out. Ask your kids. And that might inspire you to do something.
Now she's going to learn Italian. I think that would suit you that language the most, yeah.
I mean, I do speak some Italian, obviously.
Yeah. And you're an opera singer. Yes. I think maybe learning a bit more and getting back into that for your own fun
Yeah.
time.
Okay.
Watch this space.
Watch this space.
We'll hold you accountable when you turn 75. Have you done it?
I'll see you back here in series number 492.
Episode 4.
But seriously, so ask your kids. I mean, you never know what they're going to say.
Yeah.
I might ask my other 2 kids, see what they say.
I think you should. Don't tell them what I said.
Okay. We might have to ask Jenna quickly then, because she might edit this tonight.
Okay. Yeah. We'll ask her as soon as we go in.
She is studying there. Anyway, digress. So, ask them. You never know what they're going to say. Think for yourself. What do you want to do, darling? You've got 25 years ahead of you. Maybe 30 years, maybe 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do with this beautiful life that's now yours? Literally the world's your oyster. Have a think. I think it's exciting. So, awesome. Just put you on the spot for a change. How does it feel, baby? Right.
Amazing, actually. Amazing. I can think quite quick on the spot.
You can.
Whoa.
Right. Maybe we should turn the tables on you more often. So, managing overwhelm and emotional changes. This is the other half. Perimenopause, as we know, we've said it again, I'll be saying it probably most episodes, it amplifies emotions. It makes transitions feel even heavier. Changes in your hormones, especially estrogen, can affect your mood. It affects your energy levels and even your sense of clarity. And I don't mean I'm not gaslighting you here saying, oh, there's something wrong with you. It's just that brain fog, because it will affect your sleep. You get brain fog, your energy levels are up and down, your hormones are up and down. It just all affects your sense of clarity. And that's one of the biggest reasons why everything seems too much, because it is a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot physically, it's a lot emotionally, and it's just, that's how it is.
Yeah.
It's a lot, okay? I think it's worse than puberty, except you have more of a wise head on your shoulders. But whereas puberty, you're dealing with the emotional, hormonal side of it. When it comes to perimenopause, everything's going backwards, so you end up with the aches and the pains and everything else. You know, so yes, in puberty, you're kind of, sorry, but a bit of an idiot, and you get hormones.
It sucks.
Yeah, but in perimenopause, kind of everything's been withdrawn from you, so you get aches and pains and all that kind of emptiness and as well as the hormones. So it kind of double sucks. But at least you're wise, so you're not a moron, which is good. Sorry, no offence to anybody that might be a teenager.
I'm not. Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm not. I'm just thinking who's editing. But Jenna's not. Jenna's a sweetheart.
She's almost 18 as well.
Yeah, she's at the other end. Yeah. More 13, 14-year-olds. So, what strategies can you use to manage the emotional impact? First of all, say it all the time when I talk about when I talk about feeding your fairy, which is not a euphemism for anything. It's
yeah, no.
Don't go there. It's a program.
We said we wouldn't say that, but in this case, don't.
I didn't say should. I said don't. It's a direct order.
Oh.
Should is judgy. Don't is just like, but don't. Self-care routines, especially rituals, start small. A 10-minute walk outside, gratitude journaling, drinking a glass of water in the morning, drinking a beautiful cacao in the evening. All of these things can ground you in the moment. Just anything that can ground you, anything that can give you an emotional reset. Really good idea. And they can just give you that 10-minute respite from the craziness. I love the I'm going to paraphrase a quote, but it says, everybody should be in peace and quiet and nature for 10 minutes a day, except busy people. They should do it for an hour a day.
I saw that, yeah.
You know, because basically people that think they're too busy to do it for 10 minutes a day honestly need an hour.
Yeah.
Because if you're too busy for 10 minutes a day, it means you've got so much going on, you're too overwhelmed in life. Okay? Everybody needs that reset. Hit the reset button. How do we do that? Meditate for 10 minutes, go for a walk, have a shower. You know, if you hate the world, you're going to feel better if you have a shower and just go and get that water. I'm one of those people. I mean, obviously I'm on the spectrum. So just being in the bath, you know, when the world seems too much for me, I just go and have a bath.
Yeah.
And it seems ridiculous, but just being if you put me in water, that's why I love scuba diving so much. But if you put me in water, I just relax. I just genuinely chill out. Some people like going walking in the cold because they're weird, but some people
we all need our little.
Some people are hangry. You're quite hangry.
Yeah.
People that get angry when they're my brother's the same. He used to get like really like quite emotionally.
Yeah.
Disturbed if he was angry.
Christmas Day, I'm a mess until the food comes out.
It's like, chill out. But some people genuinely can't regulate if they're hungry. Self-care routines, start small, build it up. But just small things can make a difference. Also, if you're feeling overwhelmed, be around like-minded people, seek support, connect with friends, a support group. We have a beautiful, 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 beautiful support group. With our perimenopause membership is the nice, just beautiful women.
They're
and
amazing.
Also, they are so gorgeous to each other. And also we have a free group on Facebook, Perimenopause with Kate Grosvenor. That's me. Amazing. Or a coach. I'm a coach. But just a coach that you connect with, that you feel gets you. Somebody who understands the complexities of perimenopause, life transitions. Anybody that you feel is not going to judge you. People that understand what you're going through. I've said quite openly, I didn't think I was the best coach for perimenopausal women 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago because I hadn't been through it myself.
Yeah.
So you need to talk to people who understand what are you going through. What is, because if somebody hasn't gone through perimenopause, I genuinely don't think they can quite grasp what it's going about. And if you feel like your emotions are unmanageable or your symptoms are unmanageable, really do consult a healthcare professional. Supplements make a massive difference. How many times do we see in our support group somebody saying, I started on your collagen, I'm sleeping better. I'm taking vitamin B, my moods are less dramatic.
Fruit, I can sleep better. No, magnesium.
Sleep better. Maca root, I've got more energy.
Libido.
And just say, or even just having some kind of coaching or therapy, it's a game changer. Or HRT, and people are finding they just feel more balanced. All of these things make a big difference to yourself. So please don't suffer in silence. Don't feel like you're burdening people. Reach out to people that can definitely help. Reconnecting was another bit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So identity beyond motherhood. Think about passions or hobbies that you had before being a mum. Were you creative? Did you love to read? Because I know reading once you become a mum is sometimes not going to happen. Like you said, traveling.
Yeah.
That's
a big one, I think, for women.
Travel. Not going to lie, being a mum and traveling is not the funnest thing in the world. And even when you get to teenagers, you have to go to certain destinations because they don't find it as fun. This is the time to discover parts of yourself. Start writing again. Did you write stories? Did you write poems? Did you blog? What did you love? That woman is still there. She's still part of you. She hasn't gone anywhere. Just because she's slightly maybe buried a little bit, should I say? She's not actually gone.
Yeah. Sure.
She can come back in a heartbeat. Okay. And also, just because you're, let's presume, plus or minus 50, you can yell plot twist at any point in your life, even at 50, even at 60, and reinvent yourself. Take up a new hobby, join a class, volunteer, start a new career, do what you want. Do what you want.
Do you have any ideas of what you want to do after Jenna leaves? Or is this episode going to make us... Sorry.
I don't know. To be honest, I've done a lot.
Yeah.
I've been around the world and there's a lot I still want to do with the business, because we do have 2 businesses. I feel like I'm a bit greedy if I say, oh no, there's so much I want to do. There's a lot I want to do in terms of TV work. There's a lot I want to do in terms of events.
Besides work?
But that is my joy. That is my passion.
Okay.
That's what I love doing.
Okay.
I want to get more out there. Help more women. It's a passion. The thing is, what I do for work is my passion. So that's difficult to split the two. And I do want to travel more, definitely. But I want to travel and work.
Mummy.
But there you go. Anyway. Join a class, volunteer, as I said, fill your time, sense of purpose. Sense of purpose is massively underrated. The Japanese call it ikigai, which is where...
Yeah.
Ikigai?
Yeah, you heard that.
Yeah, you heard it here first. But ikigai is like, the closest we have in English is your sense of purpose. But it's where your vocation meets something you can pay for, meets something you love to do, meets something... it's like where they all blend over together.
Nice.
So it's something that you love to do, that you can get paid for, that the world needs, that fills you with sense of passion. And when
like
those
that.
4 things intersect is what the Japanese call your ikigai.
Vibe.
And if you can find that in life, which is what I found, is like you're onto a winner. So, but again, a little bit of patience with yourself and a huge dose of kindness, because reconnecting yourself isn't like, oh, I'm going to do a vision board and boom, I'm done. It's not a one-day event. You can't do a workshop reconnecting with yourself. If you see these things where people say reconnect yourself with yourself in a day, like, come on.
Yeah.
Be kind to yourself. I'm going to say it again. Be kind to yourself. I keep saying it, but it's like allow space for exploration. Allow space for yourself to try something, make a mistake, come back to it, make a mistake. Try that, didn't work. Hey, so what? Hey, so what? Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
If you're on this rediscovery path, whatever you've done to get you to this place, let's presume that Helena, right, is 50, you've made, I guarantee, a bucket load of mistakes. Okay? It's okay to make a bucket load more. Yeah. You don't have to have all your shit figured out at 50. Yeah. So it's okay to try new things, make more mistakes, try new things, make more mistakes.
Where does this myth come from that we can't make mistakes past a certain age?
People just presume that you're supposed to have it all figured out.
Yeah.
And it's so judgy, and it's so... It gives us... This is where anxiety comes from. This is where this, like, perfectionism comes from. And those are massive...
And comparing yourself.
Yes. Paratitis, OCD, this kind of perfectionism stuff. All of these things give us such anxiety, and what those things do is they make us procrastinate. They keep us small. They make us not want to try anything. They make us feel so grounded to the spot, because we feel like, well, if I can't do anything unless my ducks in a row. Newsflash, your ducks are never going to be in a row. You're never going to have it all figured out. It's never going to be the perfect time. The perfect time to start was yesterday. The second best time to start is right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so just do it. Try it, see what it's like, and if it's not for you, try something else. Yell plot twist, wake up tomorrow, try something different. It's okay. I reinvented my life at 42. Great, and I'm still not done.
Yeah.
And I'm 51 this year, so it's okay.
Oh yeah, no, you're 51 now. That's what you said you were going to do.
It's 2025, so I'm 51.
Okay.
Yeah, just purpose doesn't have to. So I have a big purpose in life because all the things I've been through in my life, and if you've watched my story in my life coaching group, don't watch it if you're triggered by domestic violence or kind of addictions or those kind of stories, because it is quite a traumatic story. But all the things that I've been through in my life have created the woman I was meant to be. And the woman that I was meant to be, I truly believe, went through all those horrific things so that I can do what I do and help and inspire, at this point, millions of women. I'm not being egotistical when I say that, but millions of women across the world. My biggest sense of my purpose now is I get to choose the woman I want to be going forwards. And that's my purpose. But having said that, your purpose doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't have to be life-changing. It can be as simple as creating joy in your life. You can have given your all to your kids. You can have sacrificed huge amounts for them. And so your joy could be micro goals like setting a new skill, setting a fitness target, planning a trip. You could try daily life goals, like small personal goals, that they don't have to be massive. It doesn't have to be, I'm going to reinvent, I'm going to
become the next Picasso.
Yes, or figure out period pains for women. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't
cure cancer.
Yeah, it does. They don't have to be massive. You can contribute to life in a small way. You can, you could volunteer for 3 hours in a charity shop. Any form of contribution is really powerful. Think about ways you could share your wisdom. You could mentor somebody. You could just give a small donation to something you care about. Everything that you do that's good in the world has a ripple effect. Whether you smile at someone in the supermarket, whether you just say a kind word to someone, send them a note saying, I'm thinking of you. They don't have to be grandiose gestures, or even just learn a new skill. Maybe you could learn first aid or become a first aider, so that the next time you're on an outing on a coach and somebody starts choking, you're the one that gets up and says, I know how to do that. I know how to do that.
No,
do you know what I mean?
No.
There's so much you can do that just makes you a better human and that helps you to grow.
And feeds your fairy.
The euphemism. I think, Helena, just understand, you're not alone in feeling this way, and it's okay to grieve, it's okay to adjust. Take your time, darling. Seek support. Start with small steps to reconnect with yourself, with your purpose, and explore what brings you joy. And most importantly, this isn't the end of your story.
It's just the beginning.
It's the beginning of a new chapter. You've got so much ahead of you, and you'll find your way. Really, really, really find your way. If you want any help or support, reach out to us. We've got lots of programs and memberships that will help you on this journey, reconnect with yourself and inspire you on the next bit of your journey, my darling. And as always, if you have any questions that you'd like us to answer on the podcast, please do reach out on our WhatsApp number, which is in the show notes, or in our Facebook group, which is Perimenopause with Kate Grosvenor. If you look for the feed, which is on a Tuesday, you can ask us on that, and I will answer any questions. All right, my darlings, we hope you've enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for listening, and we will speak to you next week. Take care. That's all for now. Bye. Thanks for joining us today on the Uncomplicated Perimenopause podcast. We hope you found this episode helpful and inspiring.
Don't forget, if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, you can reach out through our Perimenopause group or on WhatsApp.
For more information on my coaching, perimenopause supplements, books, or upcoming events, please visit www.kategrosvenor.com.
And if you've enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, rate, and review our podcast. It really helps us reach more listeners just like you.
Until next time, remember, perimenopause doesn't have to be complicated. We're here to help you every step of the way.
Stay uncomplicated.